So we're live. All right, so just gonna give you a heads up. I really should put music on, but when I'm doing this, sometimes I have music, sometimes I don't. Right now, we're looking at Gecko. This one started moving, which is really nice. This was posted in our group, and now it's moving. So this is what I just do. Let me do this. So I'm going to actually show you what I do. All right. Let's see here. And most of it's not going to be talking. So just kind of give you a heads up. I mean, I really should put some music on in the background for y'all. So here. You're on here, just to let you know, there's gonna be a lot of times where it's gonna be silent. You know, I'm thinking about putting on some music. Normally I don't listen to music. I'm just very focused. So right now I'm reading some DMs right now. Very, very cool. So I just saw this, and let me go ahead and do this. It's over to this. I've actually gotten this comment a few times. So copy this, cancel. Put this in the result testimonials. Just received. This and this. You for the kind words. Working very hard. Very hard to make the group work. So here, I'll put a message in the group real quick. All right, guys, just to let you know, I am live. If you want to come in, you know, that's cool. If not, that's cool too. It's going to be boring. I'll let you know that right now. It's going to be very boring. It may be interesting to some, but boring to most. And I get it, because what I do is extremely boring, but it pays off. You know, it really makes us money. But I just received a very nice testimonial in a DM, and I just put it in the results and testimonial group. So definitely check it out. Put a thumbs up on it or a heart. And I do thank you guys very much. All right, back to work. All right. Let's see here. Let's let's see. Again, doing DMs. So I was just wondering if there's a way to buy cookie on Phantom Wallet. All right, so let's check that out. I get a lot of DMs too. So let's go to cookie. Yeah, so basically my day is DMs, answering them as fast as possible, because in my opinion, it's vital, because sometimes there's very crucial questions that are time sensitive. So I'm always looking for DMs. Let's see here, markets. So post this in here. Do an audio as well. Right, so if you're ever wondering, like, where can you find these tokens, best to go to coinmarketcap.com, do a search for the token, and then go to markets. There's on the very top, it says chart, markets, news, about. You go to markets, and it'll give you the listings of where they're available. Now, sometimes they're available on MEXC or KuCoin, but it's so brand new that CoinMarketCap hasn't updated their site yet. So then you'll have to go to MEXC and type in cookie or KuCoin or Bybit or, whatever platform you're on. Just type it in and see if it's available. Because sometimes it's available on the exchange, but it doesn't show it on CoinMarketCap. So there you go. All right. Let's see here. In a moment, I'll let y'all see my stuff. Okay. So now I can let y'all see my stuff. And let's move this over. So this is my Telegram. I'm signed up to a whole bunch of places. I'm signed up to a whole bunch of places, and this is how I get all my news. Like I show y'all everything. I literally do. I show y'all everything that I do, and if I don't show it, well, then there's a reason for it. But like everything I show. So here, this is where I got the information from, and this is what it basically is doing is streamlining, I guess. Streamlining. Man, I can't even talk. Streamlining my efforts. So instead of spending, 20 hours looking at all this stuff, trying to find all this stuff is sent to me. I have different programs that I have in place to where I pay for it, and depending on the prerequisites, stuff sent to me. And some of these are just from Telegram groups. Like this one's from Phoenix. Now, one thing that I always recommend is be a detective. Like when I'm posting stuff, like I leave this stuff, you can't see it. I leave this stuff on here. And I leave it on there. I could hide it and just clip this to where you don't know where I'm getting the information from. But unlike other groups, like I show you this. And then there's times where I'll provide a link. And so here, like sometimes when in another group, they would post this, but no links or anything. And I would research Phoenix group, and then I would find their Telegram or website or whatever, and I'd sign up for them or, join them. All right, moving on. See Alpha Labs, nothing important. Here, Binance will list. Okay, so here's another thing talking about Binance listing, but we already did that. AI, okay, this is a daily summary. And granted, y'all won't see all this, but so AI summary, okay. Virtual bounce 13, SUI bounce 13, hype bounce 15, and they're going to do that. So that's what you want. You want to see coins that are coming down. So let me go ahead and post this. Let me post this. Just thinking out. You see coins dumping / retracing / pulling back. Just know they will bounce. This is a perfect example. Watch list. Just letting you know we love buying the dips. No, man. I was muted the whole time. Well, not the whole time, but muted while I was doing all this. But just to let you know that this is going to be very boring, because it's basically what I do. What I do is boring, hands down. But I show you what I do. And right now, Cookie, because we were looking at this. You know, Cookie's gone up 50%. It's one of the top gainers, and we can see that right here. It just shot up. This was after the announcement of Binance listing. So Binance listing was here. It shot up in that hour, and then everybody taking profit. But we had talked about it Saturday, so a few days ago, for another re-entry, since our take profits already took, and we're just writing out the rest. We did another one, and man, this one looks really great. All right, so, and again, this is just looking at what I do. It's very boring. I don't have music. I'm very focused. What I'd recommend is, you know, probably opening up another YouTube tab and playing some music in the background for you or something, because it's going to be very boring. So I'm not really into the NFTs. So Aptos integrates with Chainlink. This is kind of old news already. See, data feeds into the mainnet, enhancing decentralized application development. Aptos now has seamless access to tamper-proof data. So this is important for Aptos. Aptos is an independent layer 1 blockchain. So this is pretty important. So Aptos network, the Chainlink standard. This was just done yesterday. I think this is why I'm saying it's old news, because I think I saw this yesterday. Today marks a significant step towards the empowering Aptos development. Chainlink feed. So Chainlink is a beast. In my opinion, Chainlink is an absolute powerhouse. Perfect fit for Aptos. So Aptos is doing things. Okay, so I'll leave that up. All right. What else? Theta's got a roadmap. AI agents, buzzword AI, GPU upgrades. So Theta's doing stuff. Theta has kind of a larger market cap, but they can still do a 3 to 5x easy. And it's safer too. It's safer than these other coins we're doing. Most exciting year, yeah, pumped out of nowhere. Theta Cloud. Okay. Oh, thank you, Dylan. Appreciate you, man. Okay. I don't see anything here. Now, if I see something that I recognize, then it just, like Sony, the World Poker Tour, Decrypt. Okay. This, okay. Google Cloud, okay. So Theta Edge Cloud ecosystem, nice. I still have my Theta node. I still do this on my other computer. I don't have it on though, but it's on my other computer. I used to have man, I'm so dumb. I actually bought, what was it, like 5 of these little bitty computers. I think they were like $250 each. I bought them just so I could run nodes like a dummy instead of just buying the coin. But it is what it is. Let's see here. Live nodes. Okay. AI agents. I mean, it's something. AI agents on Edge Cloud. Support AI agents with crypto wallet access. I mean, this is with crypto wallet access and capable of interacting with on-chain smart contracts. I mean, this could be important. And this is a larger market cap, so this is kind of safe. Okay. More than likely, I'll talk about that on my live stream at 12. Oh, let's go back to this so you can see what I'm looking at. So top 10 coins by Lunar Crush. AQT, I've never heard of that one. GNO, you probably can't see the whole picture, and that's okay. Bitcoin, Chet, or CGPT, ETH, WFI, Sol, Grel, TIO, or BitTensor. Okay. I haven't heard of AQT. What is AQT? AQT. Assuming that's what, yeah, the emblem is the same. AQT, all. So it was back in 2020, had this nice run up, did okay in March, like all the other coins. It's a very small market cap, 69 million. Ecosystem, Ethereum, AI, what does it do? Website. What website? Lending. It's in the title. Lending. Ooh, it's loading. Boring. I don't like it. It should just load. It shouldn't tell me loading. We're not in the 90s. Ooh, fancy. Alpha Quark, I guess. Unlock the full potential of your NFTs. Boring. List your NFTs assets. Oh, went way too fast. Can't read it. Okay, I guess I don't need to. Explore Alpha Quark. Lend, borrow, stay up to date. So I guess you can use your NFTs as collateral. Yeah. Do people still do NFTs? Is that like the VHSs? Let's see here. Get attractive returns. I don't know. I mean, unless NFTs come back, then I could say yes to this. But right now, NFTs are not hot. So this is a no-go for me. I don't know why people are looking at it. AQT. Where's their Twitter? Where are their stuff? I don't see any Twitter. White paper, community, profile, boring. Another strike for them. Guess. So I don't join the groups. So let me show you what I do. So I don't join the groups. I go in here and I go to their pinned messages. See here. To make your transaction smoother, change now can help you. Don't forget to swap right away. Okay. X. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for their X account. So again, it's just research. Get rid of this. So Alpha Quake. Let's go to them. Let's go to actually them. So they have 12,000 followers. They've been around since 2020. So 5 years, 12,000 followers. Denied. I'm nothing but red flags. Yeah, sure. They have a bunch of people talking about them right now, but why? Red flags. So here, top coins. So they're here. They went up 100%, but because their market cap is so low, doesn't matter. Their market cap is low. They can do 100. They can do 800% and still be nothing. So this doesn't tell me anything. Top 5 cryptocurrencies. They're up here. January 8th, 2 days ago. Nope, it's boring. No need to even look any further. That's what I want to see. Okay, well, that's done. Okay, so let me go back to what I was looking at. Top coins weekly, cross major ecosystems, Ethereum. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, I know what I can do. I can do this so you can see it. Now hit this. So top tokens. Oh, pretty soon I gotta watch. So what I do is I watch Piper Academy. I have it on one screen and I'm still doing research. So I'm always doing research. Give you a heads up. So top coins across major ecosystems. So this is good to know. All right. So we talked about AQT already. Sovereign. I mean, I've seen this coming up before, but I've never looked at it. But this is on the Ether. This is pretty cool. I really like this on the Ethereum ecosystem. This is what we're looking at. I haven't heard of any of these. This one, I've seen the name. BNB chain, Cookie, IQ. This one again. This one I don't know. So here it's only Cookie. Arbitron. See, you need to play it's in the background. Oh no, I'll be watching it. I'll have it on another screen and I'll be listening to it. And then more than likely I'll have the audio so you can listen to it too. But no, I'll be watching it and doing my stream. Polygon, block. So I mean, none of these really stand out. So I was gonna post this because I thought they were gonna have a lot of, interesting coins, but all these are no names, so it's not even worth it. So I don't want to post just to post. So let's go back over here. Layer 2, ooh, sexy. Layer 2. So ZK. I haven't heard that name in a long time. Okay. Arbitrum. ARB. A0. Stacks. By social activity. So ZK, a lot of people are talking about it. So let's look at ZK. So this is what I do. I see what people are talking about. And then I go look. So the low market cap. It's coming up. 669 million. It's on Binance. Coinbase. Okay. Layer 2, zero proof. Okay. Let's go to their website again. Expanding blockchain network, secured by math. I haven't heard this name in a while. Sharing users and liquidity. Okay, explore the ecosystem. Let's go to their Twitter. 1.5 million, followed by a lot of people that I follow. Okay. So ZK's doing stuff. So let's look at their chart now. ZK. Go to one of these. Let's just do this one. ZK. USDT. XC. All right, so ZK is moving. Go to daily. At the bottom. I like it. Things are mid-range right here. So a fib. We'll do a fib extension. Go from the low to the high to the low. Like it. This one's smaller market cap. What was the market cap? Okay. Okay. Go to their stuff. Proof. 2. This off. It looks nice. 40. Alt J. 50%. And this one can do numbers pretty quick too. Alt J. 50%. And let me do some of these. Here's a level. Cool. Level. Level. Like this. That way it doesn't look like my chart doesn't look messy. No divergence on the daily. Looking at my histogram. Oh yeah, let me take off this. See that. Let's see here. Let's go to a smaller time frame. 4 hour. And 1 hour. I like it. It's not. It's looking like a bounce. In order to be, it would have to cross this level. So I'll set an alert. Set an alert on this. Bang tool. So this one I won't post it yet, but I'll set an alert above this wick. Set alert. Copy. Yeah, so for me personally, I think this is pretty cool. You know, seeing what I do and how I do it. To me, I find this Come on. I find this pretty interesting. We could enter now. What's the percentage? From here to here? Oh, 5%, nothing. 8%, nothing. Okay, so if it was like 20% or so, then I'd say enter now. But since it's barely 4% from where it's at, I'll wait. And then the 4-hour candle needs to close above this. I'll just make a little note. 4-hour candle needs to close above 0.1856. Okay, so that one's done. That's my alarm for Piper. So now let's come over here to, where am I at? This. I have too many things open. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this under important, because I'm going to go over that during my live stream at 12. Close that one, close that, close that, close that, close that, that, close that. This one I'll probably talk about on my stream. This I'm definitely going to talk about on my stream. So that's, what's this? I need to find out what banana security singularity is. I don't know what that is. Google. So crypto had it 10 hours ago. Like I said, it's just a rabbit hole. It truly is. See, you're on the 3-day. That's what you wanted. It's just a bigger time frame. Just a bigger time frame for me to look at. Indeed, learning is the best. Seeing how it's done. Taking notes. You're taking notes? Dude, you're going to kill it, man. You're going to absolutely kill it. Whenever you're watching what I'm doing and taking notes, man, you're going to be an absolute beast. And that makes me so happy when I hear people taking notes. It really does. Because I know I'm going to change your life. I know it. See, trying myself and seeing if I need to tweak something. Yeah, very nice. So crypto headed for banana singularity, where everything goes up. Okay, so while I'm doing this, I'm also going to put on Piper. And then I'll have the background music too. So Piper. Where's Piper?
Since we got that data, starting to get some real fast here just to take a look, give this a refreshy fresh. And it looks like right now, yet the markets are trying to open up in the green. We've got, let's see here. No, that is on yields. I don't want yields. I want the pre-market, sir. Thank you very much. There we go. Pre-market, looking at those, we do have the S&P, NASDAQ, and the Dow Jones looking like they're down a little bit. Not sure why. There we go. S&P sitting at 0.76 to the downside. NASDAQ down about 1.4%. And then the Dow Jones down 0.5. And then you guys take a look over here. That is the one. It's on the thumbnail. The 10-year right there above my head up to 4.761. 5% is the threshold on that, guys. We're going to break all this down, help you guys understand. We're going to take a look at the charts, take a look at the markets, so figure out where we can make some money in this thing, because that's what we're here for. And then all of that and a whole lot more right here today on the morning market report, guys. Let's get it. Classes in session. Yo, yo, yo. Welcome, guys. I appreciate everyone that is joining us here today for the live stream. You guys rock. You guys are why I get up every morning, drink my coffee, look at these charts, and get here. That, and plus, we like to make that money. But Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Let's go take a look and see who all we got in there real fast. We have, let's go up. We got Harp in here with us, French Toaster. We got Robert Mulligan, BC Port Corp, the host of Good Morning Crypto in the morning. Ninja Glock's in here with us, Indie Rock Crypto, IRCIRL. He is here with us. Username is in the house. Piper is back, baby. Username said, I'm wearing the red shirt, bro. Wearing the red shirt, don't you know? Got Ahsoka. Ahsoka, I got your message. I will get back with you today. I got 3 classes today and a worker coming to the house, but we will get in touch and get you out your thing. And then we got gifted memberships. Who got gifted memberships? Who did the gifted memberships? Alexandra G. I love you. Best mod in the biz. Gifting some memberships out there. We got Al Jr. picking up one. All Set picked up one. You guys rock. I love it. Love seeing it. Who else we got in here? We got Indie Rock Crypto. I said All Set. We got Eric Ballin Wallen in the house. He said, let's do it. And a lot more, guys. Crypto Trades is in here with us. Jeffrey Stone. Stone Cipher is in here with us. And then Trade Intuition, the host of the Trade Academy. Melissa S. Got to give her a shout out. Much love to you. All right, guys. If I missed your name, I apologize. But one name that I can't miss, it's my co-host today. Let's go ahead and bring him up. He's going from drinking whiskey and hanging out with Tradefly to joining me over here and drinking coffee. Actually, he's drinking green tea. It is the man, the myth, the legend. What's up, bro? It is FD White. What's up, man?
Oh, I can't complain, man. The job numbers looking good. Economy is looking strong, quotation marks. So we'll see what happens, man. You've been calling for that 10-year. Yeah, we've been calling for that. You've been calling for that 10-year to come up, man. So we got to pay attention to that. I'm looking at
all about the 10-year, bro.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. I'm looking at a 5 handle, maybe soon. So we'll see what happens with that. Last time, I think that's where a lot of economists and people say that's where the problems start at 5%. So we'll see. A lot of economists been wrong for a long time, the last 2-3 years. But that 5 handle on the 10-year is
they were way off in 2007 too. Because when the 54 economists were asked by Bloomberg if they expected a recession in 2008, two out of 54 said there would be a recession. So, I don't listen to the economists. I just look at the data and do the analysis myself. I trust myself more than most economists. So, FD White, check out the show. I did check out the show. FD White, did you watch an episode last night of Interior Chinatown?
I did not, man. My son wanted to watch some kids show. So I had to bite the bullet and watch that with him. Then I fell asleep. So I will do it tonight.
I watched it.
It was good.
It's a little interesting, but it's a little weird too.
Okay.
It's something that I could probably get into, but the wife didn't seem to dig it too much. So I don't know. It might be one of those shows that I have to sneak back here to my studio and watch it back here while I'm doing stuff. I don't know, man. We'll see. But I did check it out. I think you'll like it. I don't know that everyone. It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. It's for weird people like me. Let's go check out the news, FD. That's right. Let's go check out the news and see what we're seeing over here. Break all this data down because we did get some employment data, labor market data, we'll call it, that was not all that great. And I'll show you guys what that was. Shout out to everybody that's joining us. If you guys have not done so yet, smash that like button. And don't forget, I did not put FD White's links in the description below, but we have the mod queen here. I'm sure she'll take care of that. You guys need to make sure you follow him. Let's jump over to the news and let's talk about everything that you need to know today in the marketplace, guys. Let's give that a little push. Get that white line off. There we go. Looking here at the market cap, guys. Refresh this because I'm sure that's changed a little bit. Yeah, $3.42 trillion right now is the market cap. Looking at the volume down, it's slowing down. Volume is slowing down, 10.8% to the downside on the volume. Let's jump over to X. Take a look at what Mukul was saying here. Mukul says, we are at 44 points out of 100 for the altcoin season. Not even close, guys. We got to get over that 50% hump. The CMC Fear and Greed Index is sitting at 43. We're in neutral. We're right on the cusp there of going into fear. People are afraid right now with good reason, because until we see a change of that 10-year, there's a reason for pause. I'm not saying sell everything, but you should be concerned about the markets and the longevity in the short term, short to midterm on what it could be doing. So, yeah, fear and greed sitting at 43. Let's jump over here and take a look at the liquidations in the past 24 hours. In the past 24 hours, oh, get back up. Let's go.
Yeah, for Coin Bureau, I've heard of him. Coin Bureau Trading, is that something different?
$40.7 million. A single liquidation happened on Binance. It was Ethereum, $12.1 million liquidation there. If they were following the show, they know the levels to watch. That's just all there is to it. Let's jump over here and look at these crypto bubbles again. We are getting a little bit of a green move here on the hourly, guys. Little pullback up, but Bitcoin's starting to pull back down. Markets are not turning around quite yet. We're going to go see what those look like in a second. So let's go down here and look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's at 93,600 right now, up 1.1% on the daily, but quickly losing some of that back here on the hourly as it slides down to 0.6% on the positive side. Ethereum is sitting at $3,241, down 0.1% here. Any big moves? Let's just focus on that right now. Looking for the big moves. Solana's down 0.6%, nothing major there. 3% upside on Cardano at 92 cents. Not bad there. It held some key levels down at 89 cents, obviously. SWI up 8.1% at $4.96 on the daily. So, yeah, some of these alts really popped off on that overnight move for Bitcoin. Rounding out the top, though, nothing really big. Rounding out the top is Leo Token at number 20 on the top 20 move there. Shiba Inu has gone up one.
So this, in my opinion, is important. So Virtuals is building a society of agents. Multi-agent asset management goes live with this. So I'm going to be looking at that in just a second. Also partners with this. I got to check them out too. And this yesterday. So I got to check them out. So this is the second time we've seen the word game. Gaming is next. Virtuals AI. So we're going to start more than likely switching. I have too many tabs open. We're going to start switching to gaming pretty soon. So this is our clue, and this is what I do every single day. Let's go back to this.
Last month we were in office. We had one of the best months in 9 months. I don't know. We'll see. Following a downwardly revised, they revised it down 212,000 in November, which means that in November, when they put out numbers, they had to come back and go, yeah, it wasn't that good, right? They back of the room, they put it out on day one. Look how good it is. And then when they come back a month later, they slide it on the table in the back of the classroom and don't tell anyone it's there. You got to go look for it. Downwardly revised 212,000 jobs in November, once again beating market forecast of 160,000. Figures for October are also adjusted, resulting in a combined downward revision of 8,000 jobs for October, November. So we're seeing some false data, inaccurate, we'll call it. It's not false. You're not lying if you just had it wrong, right? In December, employment trended up in healthcare, 46,000, government, 33,000. Thank you, Mr. Taxpayer, and social assistance, 23,000. Also, thank you, Mr. Taxpayer. So that was the that's where it went up, guys. Also, retail trade added 43,000 jobs following a 29,000 job loss in November, mostly due to clothing, accessories, shoes, jewelry retailers, general merchandise retailers, and health and personnel. Meanwhile, employment declined by 13,000 in manufacturing, major piece of the economy there. And then considering full 2024 payroll, employment rose by 2.2 million, an average monthly gain of 186,000. So a lot of revisions going on there. Was expected to be around 160,000 on consensus forecast at 200K, came in at 256,000. So that's higher than this, right? That's good. That's a good. We'll put a check mark up there for a good mark on the economy, right? Let's go take a look at unemployment. Was at 4.2%. No revision. Stayed solid. Looking at this, we see, oh, I've got white lines behind me. I want to have to close those blinds in a minute. We see that it's at consensus was 4.2, forecast at 4.3. We came in at 4.1. Unemployment dropped. The unemployment rate dropped 0.1%. Good data. That's two lines. Two lines of good data there on the market, right? We'll take that. Well, that's a good thing. So let's look at the hourly earnings here, though, and the hourly wages and for month over month and year over year. It was at 4.4%. They expected it to be 0.3, came in at 0.3. Earnings month over month went down. Year over year was supposed to be at 4, came in at 3.9. Earnings year over year went down. What am I missing over here? We all love Ball and Wallen. He is. Ball and Wallen is the composite man. Participation rate came in static. What it was, 62.5. Forecasted that it was going to be a little higher, neutral. So we did get good job data from non-farm payrolls, but there was a lot of revision. And we did get unemployment rate that was better than expected. Okay. Matter of fact, opposite direction of what the forecast was. But we saw that earnings, right now, things are getting more expensive. We know that, right? Inflation's coming back. 10-year yields going up, making loans get more expensive, despite the Fed rate cut. At the same time, hourly earnings month over month and year over year went down. So a little bit of bad data in there also. I just wanted to break that down for you. Looking at this now, guys, this is, I want to explain. Let's jump over here to 2Cam. Let's talk to FDY. So here's the bottom line. Let me close my blinds first, because I've got white lines moving behind me. Well, it kind of looks cool. It's not cool. It's not cool at all. There we go. So let's talk about this data and why this all matters, because you were talking about this morning, FD. We talked to the phone. Let's talk about the interest rates that Fed has to pay, because that's a big factor. So if you want to touch on that, and then we'll dive in and bring this back to the 10-year yield, and why these job numbers caused it to do what it did. Go for it, man.
Yeah, so it's like, darn if I do, darn if I don't. Like, they have to roll over so much debt this year, and this debt has to be rolled over at these high interest rates. So as long as they're keeping these interest rates high, they're actually shooting their self in the foot as well. So I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what they're gonna do. My thing that I have in the back of my head is that, okay, they gotta find some excuse to cut interest rates. It's saying, okay, from in the forefront, it's like, okay, we can't cut rates. The economy looks pretty strong. Job numbers are looking pretty good. Unemployment is still at record lows. If you zoom out. So how can we manufacture something in order to cut interest rates? So that's what I'm waiting on. That's what I'm waiting on. I know I need OC here so I can put my conspiracy theorist hat on. But it has to be something that comes around the pipeline that's like, okay, we have to cut rates now. We have to cut rates. And it's an emergency. And I don't know what that could be. Maybe it's the stock market going down a little bit. I think the stock market has to start going down like 20%.
So let me ask you, what hurts the economy more? Weakening labor or rising inflation?
Oh,
Which
man.
one's easier to fix?
Oh, the unemployment. Unemployment is much
Easily,
easier.
right?
Easier. So they have to.
So
if they got to pick the two evils, they're gonna definitely pick not hyperinflation, but more inflation.
Correct.
To subside that unemployment if the unemployment.
Correct, which means they can't cut rates too quick.
Yeah,
right?
So
so the only reason for them to cut rates is showing a weakening of the labor market. We just saw today they're strengthening in the labor market, which is a big reason why we're seeing this. Let's jump over here real fast and I'll show this. Guys, we're sitting right now 97.3% chance that we get no change to the Fed meeting, the FOMC, the rate decision on 29 January, which is coming up real soon. So right now, 97.3% chance, no change. That is the reason right there. It's a trickle effect, right? Job data comes in good, inflation is still sticky on the rise. That's your baseline. We get the new data comes in and says labor market is looking decent. It's not on a collapse. It's not going downhill. All right. Matter of fact, some areas a little bit better, right? Mind you, probably a revision coming next month. Just saying. But then they go, okay, well, we don't have to cut rates. We don't have to cut rates. Right now, we're looking decent on the side of labor market. We're looking bad on inflation. Cutting rates is not what we want to do when inflation's going up. So we don't have to cut rates right now. The investor sees that. Global guys. We're talking, how many people want to buy the 10-year bond, right? Debt that we owe to China is not because we borrowed money from China. It's because they bought our treasury yield, right? They bought our bonds. That's why we have debt to other countries. If you guys don't know that, it's not like we called up China and said, yeah, can we borrow $10 trillion? No, they bought our bonds. And so we owe them money. That is what debt is for the nation. So they look at this and they're like, U.S. is not going to have cheap money for a while. I don't want my bonds. And so they sell them off, making that 10-year treasury yield go up, right? 10-year treasury yield goes up.
So this only has 170 holders. So we are extremely early on this. This is on base. I think this is going to make us a lot of money. This is what they're talking about in reference to the next wave for virtuals. They just partnered with virtuals. And it's an anime X gaming. And virtuals said that gaming is going to be the next. Gaming is next. Virtuals AI. So I'm pretty sure that this is going to do crazy numbers. 10x probably. And right now, in my opinion, it's the best time to get in. You know, here it was listed 2 days ago. And of course, everybody sold off. And here's doing this number. It's really not doing anything. A safer entry would be, of course, once it breaks this. But what is that, like 100%? Price range from here to here, 20%. So a safer entry would be a wait for that to break. So let's do this. Let's do this. So for a safer entry would be the break of this level. So you could just watch it and wait for it to cross 1978. That's probably what we'll do. And this is how I find these coins. A bingo and a bango. This is exactly how. And here it's talking about game. We've seen this word a few times already today.
These interest rates, no matter how the economy is looking. So that's one thing that I could see happening. Other than that, I don't know what to foretell or what can happen for them to get some of these cuts and start. Something happens in the world or the economy and they have to start cutting rates. Man, we're in a bad spot, to be
We are,
completely
and
honest.
I want to remind everyone. I think it was you and I that were talking about this before, FD, but I know I talked about it with Buck and everybody else. We have had a recession pretty much every decade in the past century. Every decade, every 10 years, we have a recession. And I call it the economic reset for a reason, because it really does. It resets all of the things that are building up tension. It's almost like an earthquake, right? You get all that tension and it just, you get little minor shudders and stuff, and everyone goes, okay, something's coming. And then all of a sudden it shifts and it's bad. But it resets. And then you have a whole other period of time before that tension builds up. That is what a recession does for the economy, okay? And we have those typically every 10 years. In 2019, if you go back and look at the FRED report, that is the Financial Report of Economic Data, the FRED.org, St. Louis Fed. We were starting to get indicators coming in 2019 of recessionary buildup. And then we hit the pandemic, the COVID pandemic, which caused them to turn on the money printer, stimulus out the wazoo everywhere. And it kind of took that whole risk. It threw some lubrication in that tension, right, of the two platelets of economic support and stability, right? And so they kicked that can down the road. They extended the time before that pressure needed to be released. Now we're seeing it build back up to massive levels again. We kind of as much as I hate the impact of recession on lower income people, below the poverty level, people that regardless of where you're at, if you're below the poverty level, you're paying.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy some of this right now. So I'm gonna go to my wallet. I already copied the address. So here's the address. Gonna go to my Phantom wallet. Gonna go and swap. And then I'm going to Make sure I'm in the base because this is base. And then I'm going to select, I guess I can do this one. I'm going to try it out and then paste. So this, and it's on the base network. Everything's on the base network. Go max, so $100. And then my fee is going to be 5 cents. Go to swap. And they have 770 holders. And I'm going to be, please try again. Okay, so I'm not sure. Maybe the slippage isn't good. I don't know. So we'll try it again. So everything is the same. Swap. Try it again. It may be because I have maybe too many things open and maybe my connection dropped. Possible. But now I just got it. So I have $100 worth of this. And if this 10x's, then great. If it goes to zero, well, it's just $100. But the safer bet would be to wait for it to cross 0.1978. Let me go ahead and refresh this. Let me see if it updates it. I'll probably take some time to update it. But yeah. So I'll be letting the group know about this as well. But 10 o'clock. Let's go back to this.
0.5, 50 basis points. Also very bad there too. 1 basis point is equal. We know about that because I teach my alumni non-farm payrolls. We talked about that data coming in. Fed meeting minutes from the Fed minutes from December released on Wednesday showed that officials were worried about inflation, and the impact of President-elect Donald Trump's policies, and indicated that they would be moving more slowly on interest rate cuts in 2025. We're expected to see 2. That's what we're expected right now to see is 2. But of course, if inflation keeps going up, then obviously we're not going to even maybe see 2. We may only see 1. And investors want to see cheap money. The quantitative easing is what they want to see. And we're still in a quantitative tightening cycle, guys. Don't think that has left. So they got to cut those rates. And until they do that, investors' sentiment is going to be weak. FD, let's jump over to your chart and let's take a look at that. And then let's come back. I'll give a couple sprinkles on some Bitcoin that I was showing you this morning. Then we'll talk about ETH and we'll see where we are at that point. But let's go ahead and jump over to your chart, man.
All right, cool. Like, so it's really not too much to talk about. We've been talking about these levels for like the past few weeks, and we got this line in the sand that we need to hold these lows here at about 91,500 to about 90,000. So as long as we're above that, I mean, it's really not anything that we can worry too much about on longer term frames or longer zoomed out perspective. What I am looking at right now is for us. So I've been using this. I've been talking about this over and over again. This 20-day modified moving average. So it's sort of like an EMA, but they just do a little bit different calculations and come up with it. So this 20-day modified moving average is what I want to come take out. If we don't take this out, as long as we're in between this 91,000 and below this 20-day modified moving average, really not doing too much. Really not doing too much. So we can pop up here. We almost came up here this morning before we got that news coming out, but we quickly got rejected from about 95K, which we talked about yesterday. We said yesterday on the nightcap that probably be looking out for some move up, overnight, possibly to about 95K, and then we'll see what happens. That'll be the decision point once we get that economic data coming out. We got it, and we started to dump a little bit. So what I want to see is I don't want to hopefully we can stay around this. Hopefully we can stay around this because if you're a candle trader, if you look at candlesticks and things like that, we don't want this price to come back down to about 93, 92. I wouldn't like that candle. I think that would be like an inverted hammer candle or something like that. I don't know what you call it, but I know it's a bearish candle. So I am looking at these candles, looking at how these candles are playing out. We had a little bit of like when we came to the bottom here, see we tried to push up, came back down, then we had these nice moves coming up, got back above that 100K, couldn't hold that, so that's more like a deviation. And now we're just back below here. So the bigger range, if we are to zoom out, would be between this 91K and this basically between 100 and 90. And we're just in this big range. And we can just call these deviations. when we came up above these. So I'm really not. It's really not too much to talk about now. If we're talking about trading, now we have to we have to zoom in. Now we have to zoom in to like the hourly, the 15 and the 5. And I'm not really scalping right now. Market is really choppy. We did have all these green 1 hour candles. Like, look at this. I haven't seen this in a long time. Like, just hourly candles, hourly candles, hourly candles, green, green, green. Got the dump. So it looks like we are starting to come up to potentially make a lower high from this mark. So possibly come back up here and then maybe start to dump back down. So we do have to watch this high to see how this plays out. So we just definitely want to take out this high. We take out this high, then we'll start to retest my area, that 20-day.
I want to talk about those hourly candles building up there real fast, because this is a perfect example. What we tell people all the time: bulls climb up stairs. You have a visual representation there. Bulls climb up the stairs, bears jump out the windows. There you go. It's right there in living color on those candles. So.
Yeah, exactly. So we took the stairs up, and then we basically.
All right. So there was somewhere in here where I read that they had fixed the price difference between the Arbitrum network and the base network. The prices are different. I'm not sure if you noticed that. Prices are different from this is 16. Well, current price is at 0.16. However, on the Arbitrum network, which that's what this is, Arbitrum, it's at 0.8. So the prices are different. It's going to make it difficult for me to actually chart this, because I want to chart it on here so I can have the alerts and me monitoring it. I'm just going to chart it here. All right, so that's all I want to say. Let's go back to the audio.
This right here, we're this level 92,640. This creates one of my boxes that I call the well crap it didn't hold, referring to this box up here, right? Which is the hold this. We need to hold this line, right? Dropping this down here, guys. If we lose this level at 91,100, then we head into a value area low here on the fixed range volume profile, and that is just a downward slope of volume, right? So the further down we go, the weaker the support is becoming with that volume, edging in like that, right? So that's why I call it the Jesus take the wheel, because if we lose that, let's take a look at the fixed range volume profile over here, guys. If we lose this level right here, we pretty much, I mean, there's a couple of little tiny cliffs that Bitcoin's fingertips might be able to get a hold of. But for the most part, until we get down to about $76,000, which I call Bitcoin's last stand, runs all the way into the platinum pocket here. You can see this is a very key level here of resistance and support. It's also where our March all-time high was at when we broke it there back in 2024, way back when everybody thought we were on the way up and never going to pull back again. That level coming in at 73,887. So if we lose Jesus take the wheel, we're heading down there. I do believe that is probably a prime target at about $76,000. Biggest reason for that is right over here. Let's put this on the daily, guys. CME gap sitting right down there at $77,200. That would close that CME gap. We don't have to close these at all, guys. We can have CME gaps that run for the entire bull cycle and get closed in 2022. We've had that previously. I've showed you guys this before. Let's go back here and take a look. Had one about the same time period that was built back here in 2020, and it didn't get closed until 2022 on the way down from the bear market, the crypto winter. But right now, I am watching that CME gap $77,000 there. When for these levels, that's why I think Jesus take the wheel. We lose that big volume gap there all the way down. I did think that we were going to be heading down more, and the biggest reason for that was when I took a look here. You guys can see on the MVP oscillator. Shout out to Chart Prime. If you guys don't have it, you need to get it, because there's some amazing stuff that they have in their indicator package. Very, very good coding and algorithmic code there. You guys can see this Prince bottom indication. That was a bottom. We had another one here. That was a bottom. We had more here that gave us a little pump up. It was a local bottom. Had another one here, gave us that pump up. We haven't printed one. Matter of fact, our indicator signal ribbon is flipping here on the daily for more downside. So I did not think that this was the bottom. Chart Prime's indicator, I put a lot of trust in them. I trade on them. They make me a lot of money. I was not seeing that at all on that chart. So I did figure that we had more downside coming today anyways, especially if we saw the 10-year yield pump up, and that's what we saw. Let's jump over real fast, take a look at Ethereum, because last night I was talking about this level in the chat when FD White was live for the nightcap, and I said, guys, this line here, this is a key line, and we hit it there. We did a little bounce up, but it's also running with a quick overlap on the daily on the dynamic reactor. That is double confluence for that level. I called it back here to you guys. Some of you guys got in on that one. Shout out to you. But this line goes all the way back to November 22nd of 2022, and you can see for the most part, it has been our support level. Once we lost it here, we had a slight deviation, was resistance, and then support again. I said, guys, we have lost this back here. We took it back, gave it support. This is going to be a key level for us to hold. And right now, we have had a double test here since 20 December. So within less than a month, we've had 2 tests on that line. I do think that if we lose that line, we're looking at making a third deviation, just like we previously have seen. And then that's going to become resistance for us on the chart. Looking here on the oscillator for the daily, Ethereum does have a hidden bearish divergence. That is that orange line right there. Money flow is coming down. You guys can see that yellow giving us a nice little wave down. It's not really looking very strong. Oscillator ribbon very sharp to the downside, and volume is in the red. So I am seeing some weakness right now on Ethereum, obviously continuing that on because of Bitcoin's weakness right now. Also seeing the same things with money flow to the downside, low volume, oscillator ribbon, and downtrend printing there. So shout out to Chart Prime Indicators leading the way for us, showing us the light. They are the lantern. They are the lantern in the darkness of the night in these markets. So FD White, what else are you watching today? What else are you looking at? I do have another article I want to talk about before we head out of here about Bitcoin accumulation. But if you got some altcoins, you can go ahead and get those ready. I'll jump over. We'll talk about the Bitcoin accumulation trend. Right now, it's red, guys, and that's historically not a good thing. Let's take a look at that. FD will come back and take a look at what altcoins you're playing with today and what you're watching. I know you're not doing much trading, kind of pausing, but I know that your hawk eyes are looking at those next levels. So let's come back to that. Let's jump over. Is your chart. This article, there we go. Bitcoin accumulation trend score turns red, more decline coming. Let's take a look at what this is talking about. On-chain data shows that the Bitcoin accumulation trend score has observed a decline recently, a sign that investor cohorts have taken to selling off. Bitcoin accumulation trend score currently sitting at 0.21. In a new post on X, the on-chain analytics firm Glassnode has shared an update on how the accumulation trend score has been looking for Bitcoin. The indicator calculates its value not just by taking into account for the balance changes happening on wallets, but also by weighing the changes against the size of the holdings themselves. This trend score refers to an indicator that tells us whether Bitcoin investors are accumulating Bitcoin or not. If they're hodling, are they diamond handsing? That's what it asks for. When the value of this metric is close to 1, it means that large entities on the network or a large number of small addresses are participating in net accumulation. On the other hand, it being near 0 implies that investors are in a phase of distribution or they simply are not buying. Here's the chart that shows the trend of the Bitcoin accumulation trend over the past year. And you guys can see here, right now we are in orange, which means that it typically will go to red before it comes up. It was in red, came up to orange, could be heading back down again. In the graph above, the dark blue violet shade corresponds to high value in Bitcoin accumulation, while the orange and red suggest values close to 0. From the chart, it's apparent that Bitcoin accumulation assumed a dark shade during the last couple of months of 2024, implying that whales were participating in heavy buying and helping fuel the run. That was right about the time that we had the Trump pump, right? Towards the end of the year, accumulation from the investors started to drop, and this year the picture has completely turned upside down. Glassnode also shared the data for another version of the accumulation trend score that breaks down accumulation distribution behaviors across various Bitcoin cohorts. And that one also showing a lot there in that most recent month. A lot of sell off there too. So just wanted to talk about that, guys. People are not accumulating the Bitcoin right now. They're selling on you. So if you guys are in profits and you feel you want to take some profits, remember, no one's ever gone broke taking profits. Just be aware. We are in high volatility right now. We do have the inaugural day coming. Could turn all this around. You never know. You never know. The Dems may do a Hail Mary before January 20th and go, oh, yeah, look, we found another 1 million government jobs. Not government jobs. We just found another 1 million jobs. But I do think that come February 7th, when we get the annual Bureau of Labor Statistics revision, it's an annual revision on job numbers. If it confirms 800,000 jobs plus, which is what is projected right now as of August 2024, 800,000 plus jobs don't exist that they said existed, then that would be in line with, hey, look, congratulations, Mr. President, enjoy your term, and here is your crap sandwich with a side of doo-doo, because it's not going to be good if those numbers come out like that, and they would just be handing him a straight mess to clean up. He very possibly could spend his entire 4-year term fixing things, not building and making things better. So FD, thoughts on that before we jump over to your chart accumulation right now, and what is possibly coming for this administration come February?
He definitely has he definitely taken over something that's not looking too good. It's not looking too good. So I don't know what, I haven't really done any super due diligence on how tariffs will affect, or if it's just something that is he really going to push through with these things? Is it something like a
I
bargaining
think a lot of
tactic?
it's negotiation. I think a lot of it's negotiation tactic. But if he does do tariffs, it will raise our inflation rate. The
Yeah.
initial impact of that will raise inflation, but it will also entice businesses, because they like profit, to go, what is the cheapest way for me to obtain to get profit, right? Get said profit cheaper. That would be to find alternate purchases or manufacture inside of the United States. And so, or one of these nations that Trump used tariffs to negotiate with, right? And then that will cause more jobs in the United States, which will cause more money into the economy, which will cause remember, at the same time, he's talking about cutting federal income tax, which means that if prices do go up, you now have more money to pay for it. Long game, that's what that is all about. So, but yeah, I just wanted to clarify that for the viewers.
So I think Lunar Beach. I don't know if you mentioned this. Lunar Beaches gifted some memberships.
Oh, my man, Lunar Beaches. Let's go see who all got them. Can you read them off there? Do you have it in front of you?
So Vincent B got a membership. Under the Gun with Crypto Bullets got a membership. That's a
Love that name.
yeah. Road Glide got a membership. Simron got a membership, and Frank Fit for Life Crypto also got a membership.
I like Frank Fit for Life. I like that dude. I like all those people. All of you, welcome to the alumni. I'm glad to have you guys here. And shout out to Lunar Beach's Crypto, bro. You are the man. Let's jump over to your chart, FD. We got about 19 minutes. I'm sure you can rip on some altcoins there, and then we'll come back and take a look, because we are losing those levels, guys. That everyone was running that pump up. We would look like we were rebounding. No, not when the 10 years doing what it's doing. I'm sorry, folks. FD. Show us some light, man. Show us some hope here. What do you got for us, bro?
Yeah, man. So what I'm looking at right now is a lot of these coins, they got pumped, even Bitcoin, but the volume is no pump with no volume. Like, these pumps can't last with any volume. So what I'm looking at.
All right, so that's gonna be it for me for this show. I'm gonna get some rest as far as I'm gonna eat breakfast, really. But I'm gonna post this in just a few minutes, and that'll be that. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Take care.